going on, everybody? What's going on this amazing Thursday? Can y'all see my thought? I got a little. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. What's going on, everybody? On this amazing Thursday. This is your man, Chris Allen, coming to you live every Thursday, 8 o'clock. We're talking about mindset, fitness, the whole nine. I don't know why my glasses is getting a little glare, but it's all good. Still see. What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody had an amazing week. You out here grinding, getting things done. Well, the podcast is looking real good, man. I've been working on this podcast, trying to make everything good. As you can see, I got the little thing at the bottom. Go out there. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment. I need you to like it on social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Get this thing out there, man. Get this thing out there. Push this content. Working real hard to bring great conversation, great mindset stuff that you guys uplifted, empowered. We're all on this journey together. We are a part of the journey. So listen up. I feel absolutely good this week. Had an amazing week. Things are just happening. I'm super excited about the things that are taking place. Things that are taking place in my life are amazing, and it feels real good just to be used by God, man. You guys know I'm a faithless Christ. Sometimes I sit back in an amazement about where He has taken me on this journey. And I'm just so thankful to be in that number, y'all. In that number. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about. So let's see if we can get at it, right? Let's see if we can go. Let's see. Last week, man, we had an amazing show, man. I got so much compliments, so many people talking about the show and what it has done for their life, how it has brought them through, and just some encouragement, man. One day, man, we're gonna recap. We're gonna recap and just talk about all the stuff that's just happening in such a short amount of time, man. I started this journey 2023 when I went on this journey, man. Last part of 2022, the first part of 2023, and just to see where we are now is just freaking awesome, man. Just amazing. Awesome. Listen, let's talk, man. Let's talk about last week. Let's recap. Let's talk about last week's episode because we got real. We got real on the show about how to handle life when things don't go your way. How to handle life when things don't go your way. Sometimes they won't go your way, y'all. And you got to figure out how you're going to handle them before it actually happens. You got to have a game plan before things happen in your life. Because here's the reality. Instead of letting stress, frustration, setbacks take over, we broke down 3. There's 5, but we broke down the first 3 powerful steps to start your mindset shift and to take control. Let me tell you something. These steps changed everything when you actually apply them and run them back. The first one that we talked about was embrace the pause. You gotta embrace the pause, y'all. You gotta embrace pause. So many people didn't understand it. It took me a long time to really understand that pause because, I'm Mr. on the grind. I'm always talking about stay on the grind, get busy, got to do it. And it just took me a long period. Listen, my mindset is still on the grind. But I understand this one concept that just took me so long to actually get. And that concept was embracing pause. Let that sink in for just a moment. I don't know how long we're gonna be on here tonight, y'all. But we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna give you the last two. But the first one tonight is gonna be embrace the pause. So let's be real. When something goes wrong in your life, most of us, we react, and we react instantly. Somebody cuts you off in the middle of the road. What do? You want to flip up your bird. You've seen that. Maybe not you, but I've seen people do it. We get mad, we get stressed, we get overwhelmed, and before we know it, we're deep in our emotions. And we begin to say things and do things that we might later on regret. And then we'll come back and say, why I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. But the reason why you said it because you was in your emotions. You reacted quickly. But here's the thing. You don't have to react right away in all things. In fact, the most powerful thing that you can do is pause. See, that pause, it gives you a moment to breathe, to step back, to analyze the situation and begin to see that situation more clearly. See, when you pause, it stops you from making choices based upon emotions and instead lets you respond with intentionality or intentions. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you snapped at somebody and you made a rash decision or let your stress just spiral simply out of control because you didn't take a second to pause? That's right, pause. Exactly. Think about that. So the next time something challenges you, try this. Take a breath. Count to 5. And give yourself space before you begin to start reacting. See, that pause, that's where your superpower is. There's 5 of them. I'm gonna give y'all 5, but that was the first one. The second one that we talked about last week, or step 2, was reframe the challenge. My son called me on this one. This one blessed my son. Reframe the challenge. So let's be honest. When life throws you challenges, our first reaction is usually, why me? Why me? This ain't fair. Like, God, why me? This ain't cool. Why I gotta be dealing with this? But what if, instead of looking at obstacles and situations and challenges as problems, you saw them simply as opportunities? See, I know, it's easier said than done. I know, but hear me out. Every challenge is trying to teach you something. Every one of them. It might be just pushing you to grow just a little bit. It might be pushing you to shift your direction. It might be strengthening your mindset. Reframing the challenges. And see, and when you stop seeing struggles, situations, problems, when you stop seeing them as roadblocks and you start seeing them simply as lessons, everything begins to change. Your perspective begins to change. Your mindset begins to shift. So the next time you hit a tough spot, and trust me, you will, instead of saying this, life sucks, or this sucks, or that sucks, ask yourself simply this: what is this situation simply trying to teach me? What is this problem going on, and how can I grow from this? What's the opportunity here for me to sharpen my mind and elevate my thinking? Because once you reframe the situation, you take your power back. Instead of being stuck in frustrations, you start moving forward. Number 3, focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control. All right, let's be real. Check this out. Let's be real. Check this out. So much of our stress that we deal with comes from worrying about stuff that we can't even change, stuff that we can't control. We worry about other people's actions. We worry about other people's opinion, the outcomes of situations that we can't control. And we waste so much of our energy trying to control the uncontrollable. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. You can't control that mess. In reality, you don't even need to control everything because you can't anyways. You just need to control Y-O-U. You. You just need to control you. Think about it like this. Imagine you're playing chess or checkers or whatever you're playing. You can't control your opponent's move. You don't know what they're about to do. You can't subliminally tell them what to do or slide on a piece of paper and try to control their next move. You can't control your opponent's move. No, you can't. You can't force them to play that you want them to play. You can't. It's simply out of your control. But I'll tell you what you can do. You can control your own strategy. You can control your own decisions. And guess what? You can control your next move. That's it. And guess what? That's simply how life works. You can't control that lady that cut you off in the middle row, but you can control how you gonna pause for a second. You can't control the lady who at the deli who didn't take your order properly. You can't control that, but you can control your mouth. Instead of stressing over everything that's out of your hands, out of your control, focus on what you can control. And what is that, you asked? I'm glad you asked. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your mouth, your response, your hand gestures. You can control all that. Because when you shift your focus to what's actually yours to control, you stop feeling stuck. You know, some people feel, I feel stuck, I feel hopeless. Yeah, because you're trying to control everything. Control what you can control. Stop wasting so much energy on things that doesn't serve you. Man, when I got that, it blessed me, y'all. It took a whole lot of stuff off my plate. Stop wasting energy on things that don't serve you. And then guess what happens? Start moving forward. You begin to start feeling lighter, and then you'll feel more control of your life. So here's the reality, y'all. If you missed last week's episode where I broke these things down, I need you to go back. I need you to check it out. Because that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. Tonight, we're going to go a little deeper. Tonight, we're going to talk about the last two things. Because here's the thing. There was 5 of them that I talked about last week. There was 5 of them in total when I started the series. There was 5 things that I wanted to talk about. And last week when I started, I was only able to get to the first 3. I was only able to get to the first 3. So tonight, we're going to talk about that 4th one. Tonight, we're going to talk about that 4th one. And that's the possibilities. We're going to talk about the possibilities. Stay open to new possibilities. Stay open to new possibilities. So I hope you got your pens, your pads, paper, something to write with. Because stay open to new possibilities was the thing that really blessed me. Because here's the reality. Life, it has a funny way of surprising us. Wouldn't y'all agree with that? Wouldn't y'all agree that life has a funny way of surprising us? I mean, we often go into situations expecting things to unfold a particular way, a certain way. But sometimes the plan doesn't always go as expected. It doesn't. A door that we thought was going to open for us suddenly slams shut. And sometimes it can feel discouraging. Sometimes it can feel frustrating. Or even you can feel like a failure. But what I want to challenge you on is this. I want to challenge you to see things from a different perspective. This whole concept is all about perspective. Here, check this out. Just because one door closes doesn't mean that your dream is over. Just because one door closes doesn't mean that your dream is no longer happening. That's just the door that shut. That's just the door that closed. Often the best things in life come from what we didn't plan for. I'm gonna be honest. That's the beauty in embracing the unexpected. I didn't plan to be doing this. This is different. This was different. The real question for you is how open to new opportunities are you? See, I was open. I was open to the new opportunity. See, here, are you ready? Are you ready to look beyond the obstacles and see the opportunities that are waiting for you on the other side of whatever you're going through? Are you ready? Being open simply, sometimes it just happens. Just by you just being open. Being open, you have to be intentional about it. You have to be intentional by being open to the possibilities. I was talking to our friend Jackie Boyd. And I was telling her, when you're looking at opportunities, that's how I view opportunities. I look at them as what's the possibilities. Every time I look at an opportunity, I'm always looking at what's the possibilities in this thing. If I'm getting ready to go to a new company, I'm always looking, what's the possibilities? What's the growth potential? If I'm opening up a new business, what's the possibilities? What's the growth potential? I'm always looking at things as what's the possibilities. I'm intentional about it. Being intentional. See, when you make that decision to be open to new possibilities, it allows your brain to expand. It makes you realize that there's something better ahead by listening to the opportunities. Sometimes it's just about trusting life's detours and look at them as detours and not dead ends, but simply a redirection. Simply a redirection. If you and I were going down the road and the road said detour, we wouldn't stop our journey. We wouldn't turn around and go back home. No, we would just figure out an alternate route. And I love GPS, man. Can you imagine? What were we doing before GPS? Huh? What was we doing when you got the little map in the car or whatever, you driving down the road and that road say dead end and you trying to figure out what was we doing? Can you imagine life before GPS when that little Siri on your phone say dead end, you turn left? Can you imagine life that was happening before then? How do we even get around? How do we even get around sometimes, man? Think of it like this. I want you to think about this like this. A river doesn't stop when it hits a rock. What does that water do? It just simply flows around the rock and continues on its course. What if the water stopped? What if the water came up on a rock and just stopped? Can you imagine that? No. What does it do? It simply goes around the rock. And that water continues on its journey. See, you gotta look at life like that, man. You gotta look at life as simply as a rock that you just gotta go around. That door that was shut, just go around. The relationship that didn't work out, just go around. Things happen in life, but that doesn't stop you from your journey. That doesn't stop you from your goal, your dreams. No, you just go around. See, that's the type of adaptability and resilience we need to cultivate in our own personal lives. So even when life throws you off track, we need to keep it moving. I love that word, man. Keep it moving. Stay open. Stay open. Because what's on the other side for you could be greater than you even thought about or even planned. See, when you stay open, the universe, God, whatever you want, I don't care, whatever. The God will surprise you with something more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. Man, when I was out there on that beach, man, every single day for months, and I was crying out, just seeking God's face, seeking His mercy, His grace, and I'm just crying out before God, clueless about what was about to take place. All I knew is I just needed help. And guess what, y'all? God blessed me more beautiful. This season in my life, man, this phase of my life, this journey is more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. You do it, y'all. Embrace change as growth. Embrace it as growth. See, the reality is change isn't something to fear. It's an opportunity for us to grow. I was talking to my friend Jackie Boyd. You know, me and Jack talk about Jackie Boyd all the time because that's my partner, that's my friend. And I was telling her today, you know, don't look at change as something that we fear. We have to embrace change, man. We have to embrace these things that are happening in our life. Because the opportunity for us to grow through that change, it's a blessing. See, every shift in life opens the door to new lessons, new experiences, new possibilities, new thought processes, new perspectives. When we stop resisting change and start embracing it, man, we free ourselves. We free ourselves from the limitations and we open up to the endless possibilities that life has to offer us. We have to adapt like water. I remember Bruce Lee used to be like that. You got to be like water. You know how Bruce Lee used to talk, man. Bruce Lee was the man, boy. He used to talk about that back in the day. How your mind has to be like water, right? So adapt yourself like water. Just like water finds a way to flow around objects and situations that's in its way, we too must learn how to adapt just like water. When we're faced with challenges, don't stop. Don't get stuck. It's gonna be okay. Instead, flow around it. Be liquid. Flow. Go with it. Go with the flow, baby. That's just an obstacle that you gotta overcome, and you will. See, the more flexible and the more adaptable you are, the more resilient you become in navigating everything that life gives you, all the twists, all the turns, everything. The more adaptable you are. Believe in new beginnings. Believe in new beginnings. Sometimes things don't work out the way that you planned them to, because there's something better waiting for you and I, and it's okay. So trust that closed door is only making room for a new opportunity, something that aligns more with who you are and who you're becoming. Because I'm gonna be honest, when I was crying out and I'm on that beach, man, I'm just thinking about, man, my level of thinking on what I thought I was gonna try to accomplish was so low. But I'm telling you, man, once I began to get these concepts and understand what I was dealing with, what I was going through, the more adaptable that I was, the less fear. The Bible talks about how the boy said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, once I realized there was only a shadow that I was dealing with and it wasn't real, and I began to allow myself to receive what God was trying to show me, man, things opened up. Things opened up. Situations opened up. Ideas, concepts opened up. And I'm so thankful for it. Don't let endings, things that end in your life, don't let that discourage you. Don't let that discourage you, man. I can talk about that all day. Welcome them as simply opportunities. Something new, exciting. Something new and exciting is going to happen in your life once you stop fearing those things. Choose openness over resistance. Choose openness over resistance. Here it is. Being open is a conscious decision that you have to make. It's a mindset that says, even though this isn't what I expected it to be, I am ready to see what comes next. Those who know me, they'll tell you, listen, I'm not gonna let that one monkey don't stop, no show. One monkey don't stop, no show. I've been very, very transparent. 2022, 23, the last part of 22, 23 was rough. It was rough. But one monkey don't stop, no show, baby. See, here's the reality. The more that you and I remain to be open, the more that we attract new possibilities. And guess what happens? We create a space for unexpected blessings to flow in our life. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. You got to get in alignment, man. You got to get in your frequency to attract new possibilities. You got to get in your alignment to attract new blessings into your life, because they're waiting on you. See, God has already delivered the stuff. He just waiting on you and I to show up to receive them. The blessing, he said, I knew you before you were even formed. He already knew. See, you and I are just walking this thing out. We're just walking this thing out called life. People say, I'm waiting on my blessing. No, your blessings is already there. Your blessing is waiting on you. Your opportunity is waiting on you. Once you begin to get yourself clear and uncloud your cloudiness in your thought process and get in alignment to what God has for you, man, listen, it's coming. Once that happens, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to begin to find beauty in the unexpected things. See, life has a way of surprising us with things that we couldn't even have planned for. That only happens though when we're open to the unexpected. See, when we're open to the unexpected, we often find that the most beautiful and the most rewarding experience arise from what we least expected. Yeah, I'm trying to talk to y'all. See, here's the key. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should. And sometimes the best thing in life comes from the moments we didn't even foresee. See, that's how life is, man. That's exactly how life is. Life is happening with or without you. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to unfold exactly how they should. You and I just got to get in line with that. That rock is going to be in the road no matter what. You and I just got to go around it. So here's an action plan for you. Check this out. I need you to reflect on past detours. Reflect on past detours. Think back to the time when life didn't go as planned. How did you respond to it? How did you respond? I mean, what good came from that particular situation that you were going through? What good came from that? See, by recognizing the positive outcomes from your past detours, you can start seeing life challenges in a more empowering light. Y'all hear me on that? You got to reframe future challenges. Reframe them. In the future, let me tell you what to do. In the future, when life doesn't unfold as you anticipated them to, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to reframe that situation. I talked about that last week. Instead of focusing on what's going on wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do? What can I learn from this? How can this lead me in a much better situation? How can this lead me for something better? By changing your perspective, you can turn any challenge into an opportunity for growth. Trust me. No. Listen, I'm not talking about this. I'm not telling y'all theory. I'm telling y'all what I've been through. I'm telling y'all, I'm showing y'all my journey. I'm giving you the cliff notes of what I wrote down when I was going through. I wrote the stuff down. I need you to practice daily openness. How do you do that? Each day, set the intention to remain open to what life presents to you. Like when I walk out this door, I'm like, okay, God, what's up? What's going on for today? Who I'm supposed to be blessing? Who's coming to my life? Who's telling me something? What's going on? I'm ready. Let's go. You got to be open. See, you can do this by reminding yourself this. Today, I'm open to new possibilities, even the ones I didn't expect. And y'all, I went through something I didn't expect. I'll tell you about that later on. But I recently went through something I did not expect. For those who know me, know I kept the faith. I kept them words positive that was coming out of my mouth. I didn't lead into it on the negative. I was waiting on God to show up, to show me new things that how I'm supposed to be seeing this thing, a new perspective. That's what I was waiting on. And I walked in that thing. See, practicing this particular mindset that I'm talking about, you got to practice this mindset daily, because if you practice this mindset daily, it's going to help you become a more perspective, receptive for about new experiences. You're going to receive new experiences, and you're going to be waiting on those new possibilities. You're going to be receptive to them by changing your mindset. Take actions on new possibilities. Take actions on them. See, when new possibilities come your way, don't hesitate to take action. Even if they seem unfamiliar or uncertain, the moment you step out of your comfort zone, see, some of y'all waiting. See, some of y'all are receiving new opportunities, situations, things are happening in your life, and you're waiting because it's uncomfortable. I told my friend Jackie Bo the other day. She gonna chime in. I know if she listens, she probably chime in. Jackie Boy, I know you. If you listening, I know these conversations sound familiar. See, you got to be able to step out of your comfort zone, because the moment that you step out of your comfort zone and you begin to embrace new situations, new possibilities, something new, that's the moment your life will begin to transform. I'm telling you on something that I know because I was there. I want you to be bold. I want you to take the leap. And I want you to begin to trust God, the universe, whatever you feel like. I'm saying trust God that He's guiding you on where you need to be. God had me, man. I know without a shadow of a doubt that He was right there. And I was just walking it. I was walking it out. I was walking it out. So listen up, y'all. Man, I've been talking. Oh, I'm only on number one. Listen, the next time the door closes, don't think of it as the end to the situation. Don't think of it. Think of it as a beginning of a new chapter in your life. Think of it as a new chapter that might be even better than the one that you hadn't tried to imagine. It could be better than that, y'all. But you got to do this. You got to stay open to the unexpected. You got to be willing to adapt. And you got to trust that life always is working in your favor, even when it doesn't feel that way. God has got you. God got you. So when you remain open, Life will surprise you in the most beautiful and the most unimaginable way. Stay open. So listen up. I want you to keep flowing. I want you to keep trusting. And I want you to keep believing that the best, y'all don't even understand. You got to keep believing, man, that the best is yet come. God's got you, man. I could do a whole thing on how God has got you. And you just got to believe it. Just got to believe it. All right, that was number 4. Number 4. We'll talk about number 5. We'll talk about number 5, man, which was, this is one of mine. This is probably one of my favorites. Keep it moving. If those who know me know that's probably one of my favorite words. I'm going to keep it moving. You know, whether it's the ending of a relationship, whether it's coming out of a job, a situation, a business failure, I'm going to keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because listen up. We're going to talk about this keep it moving stuff, right? You got to understand that success isn't always about you. Success isn't about how fast you can go through it, how many hurdles you can jump over. That's not what success is about. Success, it's about not giving up. That's what it's really about. It's about refusing to stop. It's about no matter how tough it gets, life is a journey, not a race. And I tell you guys that. I was on my journey, 2022, 2023 is when I started this journey. And I didn't know that I was going to be here. I knew it was a journey. But just like any great journey, you're going to face obstacles along the way. Here's the reality. There will be some days when it feels like you ain't moving at all. or you're gonna feel like you stuck in the same spot. Trust me, I know it. But guess what? Those moments that you feel like that, those moments are the moments that matter the most. You see, here's the reality. Every step you take, even when you feel like crawling, is progress. Every step you take is progress. And those small steps, those small wins, they're what builds the foundation for success. One of my homegirls, Monique Rogers, she did a post. I did a post last week, but she had did something on her Facebook today. Shout out to Monique. That she shaved a minute off of her time. I think she was either running or walking or jogging, but she shaved a minute off of her time. But guess what? That's a small win. But that small win is going to create the foundation for Monique's success. So kudos, my friend Monique. Shout out to you. Today was a minute. Tomorrow might be 30 seconds, but it's all good. You keep going. See, the marathon of life it isn't won by speed. It's won simply by persistence, consistency, and the decision to keep going, even when the road ahead of you, it looks tough. I get it. Sometimes you don't feel like showing up. Sometimes you don't feel like smiling. Sometimes you don't feel like laughing. Sometimes you don't feel like talking to nobody. And sometimes you just don't feel like moving forward. I get it. But those are the exact moments when you need to push yourself the hardest. Because if life was easy, if this journey was easy, everybody would be successful. Everybody. Because here's the reality. When you keep going, no matter the pace, you're creating momentum in your life. No matter the pace. Because the reality is, this is not a everybody against you journey. This is a you against you journey. The only person you're in competition with is yourself. You're in competition with yourself and your ego of telling you to stop, or that this is too hard, or the journey is not worth it. That's what you're in battle with. It's the constant changing of your perspective and your mindset. That's what you're in competition with. So every day when you get up and you take another step, you win it. You win it. See, at that moment when you feel like you can't give up, or that you want to give up, but you keep going, that's when that momentum is going to carry you farther than you ever even thought. So don't be fooled into thinking that success happens overnight, because you heard people say that, overnight success. No, success does not happen overnight. It happened over time. It's those small little steps that are getting you to that success level. Y'all understand me? It's those small steps. It's about taking one step after another, no matter how small it is. That's how you create success. And when you look back after you took those steps, you'll see exactly how far that you've come. So when life gets tough, y'all, and doubt begins to creep in, remember this. If you don't remember nothing else, remember this. Your future isn't behind you. It's in front of you. It's ahead of you. That's where your future is. But so many people get caught up back there. The bad relationship that ended, your friends that walked out on you, the money, the bankruptcy, the scandal. You're so far behind that you don't realize that your future is ahead of you. It's ahead of you. And as long as you keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps that you take, you win it, baby. You win it. You win it. Keep moving. Keep pushing. And never stop believing that the best is yet to come. Man, I'm 42 minutes in, y'all. Let's keep going. Y'all listen, success is in the small steps. I hope y'all writing this stuff down, because I'm giving y'all stuff. Success is in the small step. It's in the small steps that you take. Success isn't in the giant leaps. It's in the small steps consistently. That's where success is. Small steps consistently. I might do a shirt. I might do a shirt with that. I told y'all what it is. Somebody gonna come out with it. Check this out. Life's a marathon, y'all, not a sprint. See, every small action that you take, it adds up over time. And those little steps are what get you to your ultimate goal. That's what gets you to your ultimate goal. Because in reality, momentum, it matters. Have y'all ever seen a train actually stop on the railroad? You know, you driving, you come to a little railroad stop, train stop, right? Let me ask you a question. Does that train just immediately take off going fast? Or do you start seeing that train just like trickle a little bit? You'll hear one little trickle, like, right? It's moving very, very slow, right? But after a while, that train got momentum. Because momentum is huge, y'all. And once that train gets that momentum, you can't stop it, baby. You can't stop it. But if that train is stopped, it's each little piece that gets that momentum going. Because here it is. Even if you feel like you're moving slow, like that train, the key is just keep moving. See, that train got a destination. It knows where it's going. And that little stop, that little bump in the road, it's not gonna stop it. It may stop it for a moment, may halt it for a moment, but once that train picks up that momentum, it's off and run. That's how you gotta be. So each step that you take, create momentum. As long as you take a step forward, you're building momentum, and that momentum is gonna carry you through the tough times. So you gotta push through the tough times. You gotta push through the tough days, because they're gonna happen. We all have tough days. But those are the days that matter most. The tough days, tough times. Those are the days that matter the most. You feel me? See, when you push through, even when you don't feel like it, when you push through, even when you don't feel like it, you're building resilience in your life. You're setting yourself up for long-term success. I got a tattoo on my arm. One says gratitude, one says resilient. I live my life like this. Live my life like this. See, it's in the hard days that teach us the most. I went through it. The hard days. I went through that hard time. And it taught me so much. It created that resilience inside of me. See, now I feel like that train. Now I got that momentum, baby. I feel unstoppable. God got me. I know it. I know He has a plan and a purpose for my life. So no matter what the enemy tries to throw at me or try to attack my mind, I understand that I have a purpose. God is going to see it through. So although I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. See, we got to focus on the future, y'all. Focus on the future. Your future is ahead of you and not behind you. So many people want to keep looking behind them. The what if, the what coulda, what should I? No, man. Let that go. When life gets tough, don't get stuck in the past or dwell on those obstacles. Doesn't matter. I need you to keep your eyes forward because that's where you're going. My man Ray Joe say, look where you're going, find out where you're trying to go and go in that direction. So very true, Ray Joe. See, the future that you and I want is out there, and the only way that we're going to get there is continuing to keep moving forward. That's it. Just keep moving forward, y'all. No matter the pace. See, the only reason why you're looking at pace is because you're looking at somebody else's Instagram. You're looking at somebody else's Facebook page. You're looking at somebody who's fake posting stuff. And you trying to measure your success by them. It don't matter. It don't matter what they doing. It don't matter how fast they going. It don't matter what they got going on. It don't matter because you got to run your race. And your race is yours to run. I can't run it for you. You can't run mine. You got to run yours. So just keep moving. No matter the pace that you're going at, just keep moving. Because the reality is it doesn't matter if you crawl, walk, or sprint. What matters is that you just keep moving. That makes me something. There was a song back in the day. I don't know. Was that Roberta Flack maybe? I don't care how you get here. No, that wasn't Roberta Flack. I don't know who that was. I don't care how you get here. Just get here. You can reach. She said, you can reach me by airplane. You can reach me by. So she talked about all these things that you can reach a person by. But only thing she wanted that joker to do, she said, I just want you to get here. That's what I want you to do. You got a vision, you got a goal in mind. All you're trying to do is get there. So it really doesn't matter if you crawl, if you walk, if you sprint, if you run, if you skip rope, skip jump. It doesn't matter. Just go towards your goal. Keep moving forward. That's all you got to do. And if you put enough of that together over time, you will get there. I promise you. But you got to be able to walk forward. Put one foot in front of the other each and every day. Keep going no matter what pace you're at. Go at the pace that works for you. Nobody else. What works for you. See, progress is progress, no matter how fast or how slow. Progress is progress. Keep moving. Keep taking those steps, no matter what. I know it sounds easier than said than done. So what's the action plan? What do I want you to do? I want you to identify small steps. I want you to identify small steps. Take a moment. take a moment, write down the small, actionable steps that you've taken today that will bring you closer to your goal. What did you do today? Did you watch some Beanie Babies jump off a cliff? What was you doing today? Whatever you did today, did it get you closer to your goal? Because if it didn't get you closer to your goal, you was wasting your time. See, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the big picture. I get it. That's why I write my stuff down. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the big picture, but breaking it down into manageable steps will help you create momentum and help make the process feel less daunting. Track your momentum. Track your momentum. I mean, keep a journal, a tracker. Keep a journal tracker of your daily progress. How do you know what you're doing is winning? What did you do today? If you don't keep a tracker, how do you know? Write down how you're feeling. I call it life charting. Write down how you're feeling. What did you do today? What did you do? How whatever you did today, how did it move you closer to your goal? That's it. See, this will not only help you see your momentum building over time, but it would also remind you of the small wins that lead you to bigger successes. See, if you had a small win today, write it down. Because over time, you're going to be able to see there was a pattern. There was a pattern to that thing. Push through a difficult day. Push through a difficult day. Pick one day this week where you commit to pushing through. Even if it feels hard, you're going to push through. See, when you hit a tough moment in your life, remind yourself that your actions, no matter how small, they're moving you forward. That's what you got to remind yourself of. And what you're going through is just a tough day. That's it. And the more tough days that you push through, and with those tough days, you become stronger. You're going to become stronger. Visualize your future success. What does it look like? What does your future success look like? Spend a few moments every single day visualizing your future. Imagine what it would feel like when you reach your goal. Remind yourself what it's going to be like when you begin to bless the people with what you're trying to bless them with. See, by focusing on the reward that's ahead of you, you'll reinforce the commitment to moving forward each and every day, even when the present situation is challenging you. But you gotta stay in the future. Visualize that future. What is it gonna feel like to you? And you gotta celebrate every step. You gotta celebrate every win. Take a moment of each day, of each week, to celebrate the steps that you've taken, no matter how small they are, and celebrate those wins. See, the journey is made of tiny, tiny victories, and acknowledging them will keep you motivated and remind you that every step counts towards your ultimate success. You gotta celebrate your wins, man. So remember this. Ooh, it's 8:53. Remember this. Success isn't about speed of your journey. It's about your willingness to keep moving forward no matter what. So even though the tough days, those small steps are what built the momentum and they create lasting change. Once you have enough of those together, it's going to create lasting change. So keep going. Crawl if you must. Walk if you need to. Sprint if you can. Guess what? Just keep moving. Life's a marathon, y'all. And your future is waiting on you up ahead. And the only way that you're going to be able to reach it is by taking that next step forward. Keep pushing. Keep going. And keep believing that God got your back. Y'all listen. I know that, listen to this. I know that every step that you take is leading you closer to the life that you want. That's why I'm so passionate about this. I know that every step that you take is leading you closer to the life that you want. But you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. Y'all listen up. It's been an absolutely amazing sharing this with you. I feel so passionate about what I just shared. I feel so passionate about what I just shared with you because I know from a personal experience what these 5 steps did for me. And so if I give you those 5 steps and it can encourage you to make that type of movement, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I just know what it did for me. So listen, if this show blessed you, man, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna get out of here. It's 8:56. I'm gonna get off this thing. But if this thing blessed you, man, I need you to go out there. I need you to like. I need you to subscribe. Comment. We gotta get this content out there, y'all. Somebody blessed me on my last episode. They hit me up and they was like, "What's your cash app? What's your cash app? I want to sing you something." So I was like, "Well, I wasn't expecting it, but if you're gonna send me something, send it." So I added my cash app. It's right there. It's $ on the grind coach. $ on the grind coach. It's the cash app. If this bless you, you feel like being a blessing, go hit your boy up on that cash app. Everything is welcome. Everything is welcome. It's not why I do it. If it bless you, you want to bless me. $ on the grind coach. Y'all also, speaking of stuff, y'all know your boy got this book out there, right? Y'all know your boy got that book out there. It's time to shift. Time to shift. It's my book that I wrote. It's available on Amazon. On Amazon.com. There's the QR code right there. If you just go to the little QR code, it's going to take you directly to the site. Also, there's a link. There's a link out there as well. There's a link out there in the comment section. We're going to leave that out there. And it's going to bless you. It's going to bless you. Y'all, it's been an absolutely amazing time spending it here with y'all tonight. I hope the show blessed you. I hope it gave you some great insight. And come back next week. Stay tuned next week, man. We got some great stuff happening next week. All we're trying to do on here is give you some content that's going to change your life. You know, change your life. All right? So listen up. Till next time, don't talk about it. Be about it. I'm out. Peace.